the core belief and conviction of its members that with a little care, concern, and corrective action at the hands of all the stakeholders, we will be able to bring about a paradigm shift in the way currently plastic waste is being looked at. Our members are equally optimistic that with our concerted efforts, we would be able to drive a perception change on plastics, as it will be no longer seen as a mere waste, but a very valuable resource, which is capable of sustaining and supporting a full value chain and circular economy in the society. We are extremely delighted and heartened to note that we have received support from Swachh Bharat Mission and that our efforts have been acknowledged by the Ministry of Urban Development. This is a big feather in our cap, and we are sure that outreach and outcome of this program will help percolate the right message down to the youth, as they are the torchbearers and conscious keepers of the nation on this sensitive topic. We would also like to profusely thank all our supporters, sponsors, and organizers for putting this program together and for helping us amplify the message that there is an urgent need for all stakeholders to openly engage on this topic of national and international concern. Last but not the least, we are equally grateful to all our very competent and expert jury members for sparing their time and for their association with this competition and for reposing faith in our program. We look forward to receive your guidance and indulgence in this journey, and we wish all our contestants the very best. Thank you. Warm regards.
Thank you. Thank you, Dr. Sood. With this context, I would like to welcome each one of you for this important day of our We Care Fellowship. This is our pioneer work in this area as collective efforts being undertaken under We Care flagship event. So I would like to say a few words about this fellowship program, which aims to reach out to the younger generation through an essay writing competition and to share their insights on environmental issues, focusing on waste management practice.
Dude, we don't hear anything. Not audible.
We can't hear you, Kamal.
Kamal has got dropped off, I think.
Okay.
So before he joins back, Smita ji, can you take over and announce as well as invite jury members to say a few words?
Sure. Right. So it's my pleasure to introduce you to our esteemed panel. Hi, Kamal. Kamal, come back. Yeah. Kamal, we can hear you.
Yeah. Sorry, there was some bad connectivity.
Yeah, go on.
So basically, the overall work that we are doing under We Care is given a new focus under this We Care Fellowship as we engage with our younger generation. And the objective is to not only encourage them towards innovative ideas for sustainable management of waste, but also create a sense of responsibility amongst them while ensuring safe handling and scientific recycling and disposal of plastic waste. This competition will also strengthen the importance of key issues and the challenges faced in order to manage the waste in our community. So overall, this competition from today and will last till 20th November. The fellowship will be held for school students of 11th standard and above. And the overall themes of the essay competition that we have decided are coming into a majority of 5 categories. One is plastics from waste to wealth, my waste, my responsibility, waste in my community, segregation at source, waste to energy. So this encompasses all the solutions as well as the issues around the plastic waste. We hope that this small endeavor would not only help our younger generation to understand this overall mechanics of plastic waste management currently in India, but would also help them in articulating their thoughts on solutions, that what kind of solution needs to be built into. So with this, I would hand over to my colleagues, Smita, for taking the event forward. Smita, over to you.
Right. Thank you, Kamal. So it's an honor to present to you our jury members. I must thank you in advance for your time and for your agreement to be a part of this very important initiative in India. Chairing this esteemed panel is Shri C.K. Mishra, former Secretary Environment, Forests and Climate Change. Joining him is Padma Shri Professor R. Vasudevan, the Dean of Tyagaraja College of Engineering, also known as the Plastic Man of India. Dr. Ameya K. Sahu, he's President of National Solid Waste Association of India. Srimati Vaishali Nandan, Director Climate Smart Cities GIZ India. Srimati Gayatri Raghava, Consultant at the United Nations Environment Program. We also have Dr. Abhinav Mathur, who's the founder of Million Sparks Foundation. Dr. Amit Tuteja, he's founder Connecting Dreams Foundation. Shri Manjeet Singh, CEO of Buddy for Study. And Shri Suja Jha, CEO Haribari Recyclable. So thank you everybody for agreeing to be a part of our entire program. I would now like to invite Professor Vasudevan to say a few words at this inaugural session.
Thank you, Hari Om. Thank you very much. I'm really happy to be here because it is a great movement to create awareness among the younger generation, which is very important. With this coming very short with respect to the plastic, I say plastic is a God's gift. When the world is moving after Second World War, industrialization, urbanization takes place, and we needed more raw materials like wood, steel, glass, paper, like that. All the materials were in scarce. At that time, plastic came and make a wonderful substitute for all these structural materials. That was a God's gift at an appropriate time. And it's a friend in need and a friend in deed in the process. Therefore, my approach is there is no need to ban plastic. It is not to ban, but to plan only. The most important. Therefore, this organization, I hope, will help me to understand this concept and how to plan the whole process is very important. Plastic is not a waste. It's the most useful material. And according to my work and what my development regarding the road construction and plastone and other material, what plastic I need to know, I need for the road alone, I need 200 lakh tons of plastic waste for road alone. For plastone, I need 500 lakh tons of plastic road for constructing toilets in India. Therefore, using all the waste plastic can very well be used. The only thing is there is technology available and has been well proved. The government is already implementing it. More than 1.5 lakh kilometers have been laid and everything going on very well. The most important point, how to collect it and to make it useful to the condition. So how to implement it. So collection at the source is very important. Therefore, domestic people awareness to be created. So this movement, creating awareness among younger generation, will definitely make the people to know more about that and awareness how to, because plastic is very useful. Therefore, we can create an awareness among the younger generation, and that will take the people to know more about it. And once you segregate the plastic, it's a wonderful use is there, and the road strength is doubled, and it can be already 15 years old. No pothole is formed, and the cost-wise less and environmental friendly. So there is nothing wrong about it. It's a wonderful process, and therefore we can use it. What we need is plastic. Then another thing is the industry, which is living upon the plastic. Without it, they can't live. The plastic is important. Their participation is equal to very important. They must try to help the government and the people to get either an on-site awareness the government also. So every manufacturer should adopt some seat or some place, somehow, because government is already giving some facility for them. And your Swachh Bharat and Make in India already comes in very handy to them. Therefore, they need to, it is a bounden duty of the industry, plastic industry to join and help, either payback system or something like that we can do. And also, I can also add some more thing. Now we have two important plastic. One is a virgin plastic like carry bags and PET bottle. Other side, multi-layer packet. Multi-layer cannot be recycled. It can be reused only. So though there's a wonderful technique available for using it, yeah, there again, they can also think about, instead of using multi-layer, they can have a multi-packet process. They can have more than one packet and put it. Or Tetra Pak, starting from Tetra Pak, all those things, multi-packet will be solving the problem to a very great extent. Therefore, the industry has got the role. So that is to be well defined, to be understood by the people concerned, and to be brought in for, because from my experience, traveling with all the people and linking that, the industry, I have not understood that to that extent about their responsibility. I feel about that. And once the government is already very positive, I had an interaction with our Prime Minister, had an interaction with all top people in there, and everybody is very positive about that. And therefore, the government is very positive. So how the collection and material should reach and then go to the laying the road is very important. And you can definitely, laying technique is there, low construction material is there, low cost houses, low cost toilet, everything. So plastic is the most useful material, I can say. It's the best material, God's given material. Let us try to understand the importance of plastic and propagate how to collect and use it. Let us not talk about plastic is bad, plastic is no. We are using plastic at every minute. It is poor man's friend, common man's in need, and aristocrats man always living with that only. Therefore, let us understand the importance of plastic the right way, and the God's gift should be taken in the proper way. Let us thank God by using it more effectively, and that awareness to be created among the generation, that will definitely make the India better. The next India should be India, by India, and by India only. Therefore, that awareness amongst the students should be created. Let us try to develop the patriotism in them. Let us live that. Our country is more important. We can do. The whole technology, I was offered $300 million by state. I said, no, I'm giving to my country freely. I maintained it. That is more important. The country is more important. Let us try to use it and try to develop it. We can do it. Because only thing I even add one more point. Why COVID has come? COVID is again say, even say, God says, whenever the dharma is away, I will come. Now, the COVID has helped us to understand the problem is created only by human being. Human being alone create all the pollutions, etc. If they even asked to go and sit inside the house, I will take care. And the world has been rectified to some extent. Let us understand our responsibility. Let us understand our misgivings. Let us understand what we are, where we are, how we are. And let us try to be useful to the society. Service and sacrifice more important. Let us join and develop our country better. That I hope that message should be taken to consideration. I wish a success of this movement, and I hope you will do great service in this aspect. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Professor Vasudevan. I think that is the passion has come through, and at a good time for the launch of our program. Thank you so much. I'd now like to invite Dr. Amiya K. Sahu, who is the President of National Solid Waste Association of India, to say a few words too. Sir, you are on mute. Dr. Sahu, you're on mute.
Can you hear me now?
Much better. Yes, yes.
Okay. Thank you very much again. Yes, Professor Vasudevan has already narrated, the entire history of plastic and plastic waste. And yes, it is. Plastic we cannot ban plastic. In every conference we used to, even the ICP, that is Indian Center for, environment and plastic environment. And they also talk about, the use of the plastic. And even then the conference also talked about the banning of the plastic. I said, nothing doing there. You cannot ban it. Because as the professor said, each and every item, each and every day we are using plastic. Without plastic, there is no life. And please remember, without plastic, there is no life at all. Even in our rocket, in our satellite, in our everything, wherever you see around, there is a plastic. Okay, but yes, we must know how to use of the plastic. We should not misuse the plastic. See, very comfortably we are using the plastic. After use, major things you just throw it. This is nonsense. So this awareness has come now. Everybody has to know that before you throw the plastic, you must understand, should I throw? Where to throw? Why should I throw? These are the questions should come to every citizen's mind. Then only the plastic can be collected properly and it has to be reused. It can be recycled. It can be, like your waste to energy. The plastic also gives you energy. Now all the plastic waste go to the cement kiln. They get energy out of it. Even nowadays we get fuel out of it, and that is called biofuel. Even Professor Baswar Evans has initiated and got this innovative technology for how to make the road out of the plastic waste. It's a fantastic use of the plastic. There is nothing called waste. That's what you say. There is nothing called waste nowhere in the world. Only thing is, yes, we have to have the awareness and education. And I started this association only for that. Awareness and education is a must. Technology is not a problem. Finance is not a problem. Human resources is not a problem. Education is not a problem. Nothing is a problem. Only thing is we have to motivate ourselves and make use of the plastic. And we did a very good survey about this plastic waste throughout Maharashtra just about 3 years back. It's a fantastic project. It was given by the Urban Development Maharashtra government. It's excellent. Then we know how to use so that what do you call it, the circular economy. The circular economy today, mainly it is on the dry waste and the plastic, especially the plastic waste. And our members are doing excellent work on this plastic waste, and they are also have the recycling plants in Ahmedabad, in Indore, in Delhi, in Mumbai, in Pune. So I'm sure that in the next decade there will be no plastic will be seen on the road. I'm sure all the youngsters will definitely get the knowledge, from the experienced people, and the next generation. Why the next generation? I am sure that in the next decade, in the 10 years, you will not find a single plastic on the road. This is what is very good. I congratulate for this We Care Fellowship program, and it is given to all the youngsters. And now youngsters are no more youngsters as with the brain is concerned. They're learning everything, they're seeing everything, and they are more proactive than our generation. And I'm sure that they will do it. And I really am grateful to this program, and good that you are starting with this the children and education program like this. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you, Dr. Sahu. That was well said. I now like to quickly invite Srimati Gayatri Raghava, who's a part of United Nations Environment Program, to say a few words at the launch.
Well, that's a bit of a surprise. I wasn't really aware that I was going to talk. Yes, what can I say? I can just give you example from what we're already doing at UNEP. We're running a program for young people already, and we've been running this from since 2019. This is called as Tide Turner Plastic Challenge Initiative. So essentially, it's turning the tide on plastic. So what we're trying to do is we have college youth and the school youth and youth in general, they all take challenge. They have to go through various tasks and various levels of challenge, much like how they love video games, because the only, when you make education seem like fun, and when you make education seem very interesting and challenging, people take on to it, and especially youth takes on to it. So we've been doing this program on behalf of UNEP since 2019. We have finished our second phase. Already 180,000 youth have connected with us on this project. and we are very soon going to be starting the third phase of this plastic Titana challenge in from October onwards, end of October, beginning of November onwards, we are going. And I'm really interested to know the kind of essays that would come. I'm looking forward to seeing, because when you give the freedom to the youth to write and to express what they feel, I feel this essay competition would encourage their research capacity. They would research more, they would learn to write well. And I'm also interested in learning about what do they think all these, where the solutions lie, where are the problems, where are the issues, where do the solutions lie. And I think this is a wonderful competition, and you've done wonderfully by giving youth a chance to voice their concern. So with that, I will, because you already have so many experts on plastic to talk about, I can only talk to you about youth and about environment education and how it helps youth. So with that, I would conclude now, and I would wait for those essays, and I'm really waiting, eagerly excited to see the kind of essays that come through.
Thank you, guys. That was wonderful. The next last jury member who would like to say a few words to all of us is Dr. Amit Tuteja. He's the founder, Connecting Dreams Foundation. Over to you, Dr. Tuteja.
Thanks a lot. Thanks a lot for inviting me to this jury panel. Okay, it's really good to listen to the stalwarts like Dr. Ramya and Dr. Vasudevan and all the experts out there. Connecting Dream Foundation has been working towards SDGs attainment and alignment, and we involve a lot of youth around India in different colleges. We are doing certain projects related to environment, and I think WeCare has started a wonderful initiative. At least it will give a good perspective of what is required. I think Dr. Vasudevan and Dr. Ramya clearly said plastic is not the culprit, and I think we have to take that message to the people that rather than looking at plastic as a culprit, let's look at how do you utilize it in the best way possible. You have something in front of you, and its use decides it will be bad or it will be good. So I think the proper use of plastic and how can you use it for your own benefit, for the benefit of the environment, for the benefit of everyone out there is more important. How can we reduce its wastage is something we should focus on rather than eliminating plastic overall. As I could say that this has been our experience so far. A lot of the people are doing these kind of projects, and I think this kind of competition and the challenge that you started will at least make people aware about. Will first of all will get to know a lot of perspectives of people, what they will think, especially the young generation, and secondly, we'll be able to make them aware on the right perspective that what is required, what is not. And youth is something that will be moving forward and taking all the things as we move forward, and they'll help us achieve the SDGs in the next 10 years as we're talking about. It's a wonderful initiative. I congratulate WeCare and the entire team behind this. And we are part of this, and we would love to support in whatever way we can. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Dr. Tuteja. We now get into the inaugural session where we're delighted to have our chief guest say a few words to us. And our chief guest for today is Dr. Ramesh Pokhriyal Nishank. He is the Honorable Minister of Education and Government of India. Unfortunately, due to some last-minute conflicts, he can't come on our live Teams meeting, but he has very happily presented us with a short video film that brings across his address to us. So we'll play that for you in a second.
CSR नेटवर्क द्वारा जो राष्ट्रीय निबंध प्रतियोगिता पर्यावरण के संदर्भ में की जा रही है। सबसे पहले तो वर्तमान परिस्थितियों में जो पर्यावरण को नुकसान हो रहा है उसकी जागरूकता की ज़रूरत है। वो भी युवाओं में, छात्रों में होगी तो उसका लंबा असर होगा। तो इस नेटवर्क के द्वारा जो ये संवाद हो रहा है, ये निबंध प्रतियोगिता हो रही है पूरे राष्ट्रीय स्तर पर, मैं संस्था को बहुत बधाई देना चाहता हूँ। शुभकामना भी देना चाहता हूं और जो इस प्रतियोगिता में जुड़ने वाले सभी छात्र छात्राओं को उनको मैं शुभकामना देना चाहता हूं कि आप बहुत अच्छे तरीके से आप इसमें भाग लेंगे और जब आप कुछ अपना स्थान बनाएंगे तो संस्था आपको छात्रवृत्ति सहित तमाम प्रोत्साहन देगी। मैं तमाम जो इसकी जूरी से जुड़े हुए हैं, जो संस्थाओं से जुड़े हैं, जो इसके सदस्य हैं और जो अन्य सभी लोग हैं, उनको सभी मैं इस अवसर पर बहुत सारी शुभकामना देता हूं और अरविंद को भी मेरी शुभकामना कि वो इस अभियान को संस्था के माध्यम से और तेजी से आगे बढ़ाएं ताकि पूरी दुनिया जिस बात से चिंतित है पर्यावरण के संरक्षण और जिस तरीके से मौसम परिवर्तन को लेकर के पूरी दुनिया ऊहापोह में है और तमाम प्रकार की समस्याएं एकाएक बढ़ती नजर आती हैं, उन सभी समस्याओं का समाधान युद्ध से होकर के गुजरेगा ताकि हम हर कदम पर पर्यावरण के संरक्षण की दिशा में न केवल जन चेतना को जगा पाएंगे बल्कि हमारे द्वारा क्या अच्छा हो सकता है उन सब को भी करने की हमको प्रेरणा मिलेगी। मेरी शुभकामना।
All right, that was the Honorable Minister of Education, Government of Maharashtra, lending its support to our program and to the entire effort that's been behind the show here. I'd now like to invite Mr. Kajal Devnath to give a vote of thanks.
Yeah, thank you, Smita. Thank you, my We Care Fellowship team. So I, on behalf of We Care Fellowship team, my fraternity, all thank you all for joining for this inauguration ceremony. So I thank Honorable Minister, despite his busy schedule, he sent us this inaugural video message. It's a very encouraging message, how we ensure that we take this message of that plastic is not culprit. So all of our speakers have spoken. So I'm very happy to share this that he has taken this, and I am also sure that the new national education policy which has been getting implemented will have some kind of flair what we're trying to bring the environmental issues, which requires more of people movement to really make it happen. So We Care from our side has been always been committed for environment. So myself and many of our team, we have been discussing with our president that how we can make it as a people movement. Let's start with the grassroots level of making it through the student, try to bring them the socio-economic factors, those things has to be brought as a thoughts, and when they come to industry while working, so they'll have a matured thoughts to really take it forward. So on this note also, I wanted to thank our all jury members, particularly Dr. Professor Vasudevan sir, Dr. Sahuji, Dr. Gayatri ma'am, and other members who have spoken, Dr. Mathu, Dr. Tuteja, Mr. Manpreet ji, all the jury members, Mr. Sujay, so being part of it, and our jury chair, Professor C.K. Mishra, to be part of it. So basically, apart from that, we also to make it, outreach to reach to the various students. We have a strategic partners. So Body for Study, we also